Welcome in, checking in from work. Let's go. It's Friday. It's Friday, December 11th. Man, the holidays are upon us. It's cold outside. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Mike Merck saw the tree in the video from earlier. You know, you got to share that holiday spirit. You guys better be careful. I might start singing some Christmas carols today. But man, I just had one of those calls that could be a game changer. One of those calls that I look at my business, my company, and I say, whew, is this it? Is this that break? Is this that one we're talking about, we're waiting for, we're working towards? Not only do people want to use the course, but they are going to use the course to benefit their company and their products. Man, it all feels like it's falling into place. The movement is growing. Money vehicle movement. So yeah, we got the tree up. Haven't got the lights up. That's a risky endeavor up here when it's kind of slippery and wet. I get scared to get out there and do any of that nonsense. Will time change for this weekend's class? John Kim, love it. Yes. So tomorrow class is going to be, I love that as class. Class is going to be tomorrow at 11 Pacific, 2 o'clock Eastern. I also am going to be, throw some of the games up that are going on. So get to watch a little college football along with going over some money. Tomorrow we're going to be completing Chapter 4 and dialing in our bank accounts, that first teammate, our banker. So let's see. What do we got to talk about today? Today's, crazy. Appreciate, respect, John. Lost connection. Yeah, we back. Dropping. Good connection. All right, we back. So today was interesting as people are already starting to fight over the new, vaccine coming out. And as with everything, it is not going to be a fair battle. It's not going to be a fair fight. People are going to get it who don't need it. And that's unfortunately the power of the wealthy. And I already see the articles coming out of how the 1% are going to take advantage of this time. And, personally, I think it's got to go to the first responders. But it's going to be really interesting as not only does our society respond to the vaccine, but economically, we're going to respond to this vaccine. What does people think it's going to have after the holidays? So there's just a lot going to happen. There's a lot of interesting stuff that is going to come down the line here in the next week or two as it gets distributed. I saw somewhere 2 million are going to be going out here in America in the next week or so. That's a crazy feat. So welcome in. Today we are venturing into it. We're going to give it another 2 minutes before we really start rolling on the content, but post some questions. All right, I'll bite. Where do we get the jacket? I like it, Adam. So this jacket was a gift. I will say everybody hates it, but me, it's super cozy, but apparently it's god-awful looking. I don't really care about that stuff, though. If it's comfortable, I'm wearing it. So my mom gave it to me, and she's regretted it ever since because I wear it a lot. And it always reminds me, if you ever seen Dumb and Dumber with Jim Carrey, it reminds me of a jacket he wears in Dumb and Dumber. What can the Steelers do to improve the run game? People saying Ben checking out of runs too often. Nah, that's key with the tire, right? Respect, and I appreciate it. Steelers on the run game, as it gets cold, you got to commit to it. Ben is always, I see you, Ben, go Cougs. Big Ben's always been a guy who the rumors have been he checks out of runs. He's a me kind of guy. A lot of quarterbacks think they have to be, but how are they going to improve the run game? I don't think they need to improve anything at the moment. Just let that beast keep rolling. Ben seems to be in prime shape, prime form. They got the full package. They're sitting in a good spot. Yeah, they got an L, but still, they can roll and still get first. That's an impressive feat. What are you thinking about the brands? Welcome in, Ursher. Not the real Ursher. Isn't the real Ursher? The Browns, man. I was on the Browns. You see that helmet up there? I got to change that. I don't know why the Browns are getting spotlighted, but Um, I like the Browns this year, man. Everybody wants Cleveland to be good. Like that, they're kind of like undercover, kind of America's team out of just like support and want to Steelers D is starting to expose them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But at this time of year, everybody's hurting. Everybody has guys out for the Steelers defense. They gotta, next man up. That's the beauty of the game. You can give your guy a dap, and then you got to move on. Who should be the next Lions coach? Oh, no sirs. JWK, welcome in, bro. We don't need any sir in here. This is all. We're all friends in here. Who should be the next Browns coach? I'll tell you who it should not be. Another Belichick disciple. I think they've been down that route enough. Oh no, we're talking about the Lions coach. Sorry. Lions coach who was also a Belichick disciple. So yeah, same thing. I like the Browns this year. I think they can do it. By do it, I mean get a playoff win. That's success for the Cleveland Browns this year. So no disrespect, but they're not trying to win a Super Bowl. They're just trying to get that experience, in my opinion. Next Lions coach, you know who they're probably going to go get is whoever they believe the next up and coming brilliant mind is. You look at guys like Kellen Moore, who I was teammates with down in Dallas. Just really good thinkers, really understanding the game, next level, build that strategy, kind of just running through all of that. So I would think the Lions go and try to get young as opposed to what they've tried to do with the last three, which is take a disciple or take a product of another organization and make it their own. Can the Bills do it this year? Do it being win the Super Bowl? Everybody says, and so, the top teams say there's about 6. At the beginning of the season, there's about 6 teams who could actually win the Super Bowl. That gets disproven a little bit when you see some crazy stories like the Packers back when they won it as a 6th-round seed and stuff like that. But for the most part, there's only about 6 teams that are really in contention for the title. Can the Bills be one of those 6? I think they are right now. I think they're right in there because they got a sound quarterback, not a great quarterback, but a pretty good one. And they got that solid D. The Bills, I wouldn't hold out on the Bills if they catch fire. But between Kansas City and Pittsburgh, I'd put my money on Kansas City or Pittsburgh coming out of there. I'm in Ohio, so Browns country. All right, Ursher. Everyone is all about them now. Yeah, everybody's on the Browns wagon at the moment. You get a likable guy like Baker. He's becoming. They want my Niners DC. Oh, the Lions are coming after the Niners D coordinator, according to John Kim. I like that. That's not a bad decision. What's more important, coaching or play calling? That's a great question. I would have to go with what who's that? W fan? Drop in what you think's more important, coaching or play calling. Personally, I would say coaching. Players can make the play right. Pullman rental ownership. Have you thought about it? Also, any interest in coaching high school locally? Good question. No interest in coaching high school locally at the moment. And Pullman rentals, I'm in it because right now the market's dropped, or actually it really hasn't dropped over there, but the college market at large and across the nation has dropped. So now's a good time to swoop up some college rentals because there's some panic there. But I'm a big believer in rentals and especially college rentals because you always have somebody buying it. So yeah, coaching or play calling, I'm going to lean towards coaching. Players can make the play right by being well coached and just being good. Saints are winning the Super Bowl this year. Who dat? I like it, Daniel Gonzalez. I hope they do, and then I hope Drew rides off into the sunset. But he's got to come back healthy. They can't do it without number 9. And yeah, it'd be really good. It feels like they deserve it. The football team is a sleeper. The football team. Don't say the Washington Football Club. Freddie Kitchen was an awful hire for a new coach. Savancy's doing a great job. All right. Agree, John Kim. They're going to go with Soleil out of San Fran. Did I miss anything? Jizzle, no, we just getting rolling. Soleil will be it. Dang, already confirming. Soleil will be it. Not confirming, but supporting that. Just hit 50 days in a row at the gym on a mission. Jizzle, get it, bro. get it, man. Committing 50 days in a row, that's respect, dude. Like, keep that going. New Year's resolution. What you got, Jizzle? What's your New Year's resolution? You trying to lose weight? You trying to put weight on? You just trying to, cut it up? What's going on there? Big Rhino, like it. Talk to me about them Bears. Them Bears are struggling. I like their GM, Ryan Pace. I was with him in New Orleans, but they just haven't figured it out. They need a quarterback, and I think they need a lot more than just the quarterback. But it's amazing how teams can look promising, and then just tank. What a difference a year makes. Love the jacket, by the way. Get respect for the jacket, and it's cozy on the inside. I don't even know what brand it is. I'll have to tell you at the end. Jizzle going with the coaching. Yeah, coaching, play calling. You can be a genius play caller and just not have players buy in. What's the issue with the Eagles? I don't know what's going on with the entire NFC East. The Eagles, they got rid of some veterans, and they're 2 years out from a Super Bowl run. Like, I think that the league just turns over that quickly that all of a sudden you look up and some of those players are not who they were 2 years ago. And even a young quarterback just never came back and was the man they wanted. Sweet jacket. Appreciate shit you should know. Want to get a shout out to my man, the Shit You Should Know podcast, and go give him a follow. What makes a quarterback great? I did a video the other day about what a quarterback does to study and prepare for a game. I think that is by far what separates them. The mental fortitude, the discipline to prepare each and every week. It's tedious. And I even had some people in the comments be like, you don't know, they don't really do that. No way they can do that each and every week. That's why you're sitting there and they're sitting where they are. They do that each and every week. So I think what makes a quarterback great is their ability to discipline themselves and to prepare for the game, to understand what it's going to take and to do it week in and week out. A lot of people do it for one. Most people can't do it 16 in a row. Has a nice ring to it. Coach Collins. Yeah, we'll see. Chiefs, Steelers, Saints, Bills, Seahawks, Packers are my Super Bowl 6. I think the Seahawks, and sadly, this is my hometown team. I think they got some more things to figure out before I'm gonna be putting them in that top 6 right now. But they have a good record. Right now they're not even in the top in their division. The Rams just took over the top in their division, so I think you got Giants, and Bagels. That's Chisel's top 6. Washington's D is nasty. The front 4 is legit. No doubt. But they've been drafting front 4. They've had first-round front 4s forever. It was kind of like for a long time it was the Redskins or the Washington Football Club and the Lions had the best front 4s in football. But you need more. I'm trying to be the most efficient and best version of myself. Nothing getting in my way. Jizzle, respect. That's why I hope you're showing up. Let's get that finances best version of yourself too. Speaking of that, we got to start that right now. Flip or rent. I think I like the BRRR strategy. Rinse and repeat. I got no problem with either strategy. I'm bigger on the rental side because I don't have to guess right as many times. So if I was going to compare it to stocks, it would be flipping would be active, renting would be passive. And for flipping, you really got to continue to guess right. And you got to make these big swings. And you get taxed worse in flips. So from an efficiency standpoint, I like renting because I can protect it better and I can mitigate some of the taxes. You ever vote for John Kuhn for fullback Pro Bowl, or can you vote for yourself? Hell no, I didn't vote for John Kuhn. No. John Kuhn was good for a long time. He also got pub, being on the Packers. You get pub when you go deep playoff runs, so he got a lot of hype there. He was a different fullback than me. I was a better blocker. He was more athletic and could do more technically if you want to give him that as like a third down back. But no, you can't vote for yourself. You can't vote for your own team. Appreciate you, bro. Respect. All right, big facts. Sure, Washington is going to be a Super Bowl contender next year. We'll give them next year. You get that quarterback position figured out. Do you think Alex Smith's the guy? Haskins? You got to get that one done first, but I'm a huge fan. Look at that. Bentley Blue. What were the two important, I guess, but was wrong. All right, here we go. I'm a finance major in college. Jizzle. Respect. But they don't teach you personal finance in college, in most colleges. Wisconsin has one. I believe Purdue has one, but we're starting to, for a fullback, did you practice with the skills or line more? I was always with the running back group. So I was the big fella in the running back group. And on third down days, practice was very easy. I got to sit and watch until third down and 1. Then they'd bring me in. I said Roth and HSA, both arguably retirement funds, but could see other options too. Bentley, you're not wrong. I think Roth is the number one account for young investors. We're going to talk about that more and more as we move on. HSAs, strategy. We're going to talk about checkers and chess here in a second. Why I love those two, they're excellent. They are both freedom long-term accounts. Today, we're talking about bank accounts. So we're beginning our journey. That's kind of where we're going. I said Roth IRA and 401k. I like it, Chris Caswell. Both smart, but both long-term. We gotta set up our plan. I just had my best week in stocks ever. Am to the moon. I like it, Jizzle. Keep it going. What's amazing, S&P 500, here's a fun fact. The top 5 of the S&P 500 are up 40% year to date. The bottom 495 are only up about 2%. But that's the beauty of diversification. You own them all, and they're pulling you up with them. Who do you think's winning the Super Bowl? We'll talk about that more. Let's get to some money talk on the day. Mike Allscott was the best. Niners fullback. I like it. Lots of respect for Ellis Smith, comeback player of the year, no doubt. Joe B is going to be the guy that is the Bengals savior. Hey, he showed some stuff. He's got some more to do, but Joplin, appreciate you. 264. What's good? Hopefully we get some football finance talks going. Oh no, I learned all my personal finance from Graham Stephan, and I guess you know now. Who's Graham? I got to look up Graham Stephan. Who do you think you're going to win the Super Bowl? All right. What do you think made Warren Buffett so successful? Warren Buffett. So the number one trick Warren Buffett does, and yes, I've read a couple books on Warren Buffett. Love Warren Buffett strategies. What made Warren Buffett so successful? We talked about it a couple days ago. He has, at 10 years old, he saw the ability to connect the future value in the present value. That is an interesting connection, and that is what Warren reads. All people who read are not leaders, but all leaders read. Giants are 1,000% winning 21 Super Bowls in a row until Daniel Jones retires because of boredom. That is an awfully interesting comment. So, fun fact of the day. I don't know if y'all saw this. McDonald's has 40,000 restaurants across the country. 90% of them are franchises, and they have just told all 90% of those franchises they are no longer going to give the rebate for the Happy Meal toy, saying they're going to take that money and put it into smart technology for the drive-thru and things. So that's going to be an interesting take on McDonald's. I thought that was an interesting finance one. Jay Durand, who dat? I love it. Love it. Always get that who dat nation. That guy right beneath you, that shit you should know. He's also who dat. I'm trying to be the hardest on my team as a corner. Any tips? First off, the fact that you're thinking that as a corner already makes you one of the hardest dudes on the team, because I've met very few corners who are going to come out and try to say they're the hardest dude on the team. Number two, you ain't going to be the hardest dude on the team, but be the toughest defensive back. You can set the tone for that defensive backfield. That is an interesting fact. And how you can do that is come up and hit some people, not just receivers. Come up and tackle a few running backs. Bam, you can get all about it. Any tips? We can talk about same foot, same shoulder, and how to get leverage here in a second. Bad take, Jizzle. Do you see Tesla stock went up? Tesla stock going to keep going up. Amazing. Autocorrect. Would you ever franchise a Chick-fil-A or another fast food chain? Man, Chick-fil-A ain't nothing wrong with Chick-fil-A. So, yeah, if I can get some Chick-fil-A, if I can get In-N-Out, I'm a Cali kid, so if I can franchise an In-N-Out restaurant, I get in on that, but they don't franchise. I know that Drew Brees does a lot. Jimmy John's, yeah, dude. Drew does Jimmy John's. He's got a sports bar called Walk-Ons. He's a mogul, and everything he touches turns to gold. He's the modern day athlete, though. He's definitely getting it. Okay, so let's dive into today. Today, the idea is, what were the first two accounts? I didn't say the best two accounts. I said the first two accounts everyone needs on their financial journey. Let's go through these because I really think these are the fundamental principles people are overlooking. What we wanted to talk about was this idea: how can I invest in stocks as a teen? Great question. So let me get through what we're topic today, but let's get to that. Invest as a teen. I would 10,000%. Yeah, for Chick-fil-A. If you can get a Chick-fil-A, open it. It's going to make you money. So the first two accounts, simple, basic, foundational, but being able to build into the automation of them are going to change your lives. I call them a today and a tomorrow account. Please don't say checking and savings. Oh, Bentley is coming. Is coming. Why? Because people want to jump to an investment account before they got their cash management in order. So the today and the tomorrow account, that checking and that savings, are going to be the fundamental principles of setting up a plan. Why is that? A few days ago, we talked about the money bucket system and how to automate those. You need a bank account. And I'm not talking about the traditional brick and mortar anymore. I'm saying there are virtual banks. I just got off the phone with a virtual bank that is targeting high school students. That is what we're going to be doing in the future. Open a custodial account through your parents. That's so Jizzle saying, how do you invest as a teen? Custodial accounts. You can open a custodial Roth account, a brokerage account. You can go through Acorns. All of those are really, really interesting. Ally Bank. Ally Bank's changing the game. I have the same question as Drippy. And that question was, how do you invest as a young person? How you invest as a young person. So you, under 18, have to get approval from your parents. It's called a custodial account. But then you get to control the investments, and it is in your name. It is still your money. So making sure you understand that UTMA for youth. I wanted to, UTMA is a trust. I would stay away from UTMAs, but yes, that is more of if a parent wants to have an account for a kid that they control. We're talking about young people opening up their own account. So I would stay away from UTMAs. What percent of my money should I invest? Excellent question, Drippy. So yesterday or the other day, we talked about money buckets. We agreed on, at the minimum, making $1, saving a dime. That's only 10%. Now, can you go above that? Absolutely. And as you look at your percentages, you get to manipulate and control them. So as you control them, starting with I made $1, I saved a dime, 10% of every paycheck, every dime, every birthday cash you get, it's all going into that account. So you got to begin by doing that. Should I get a credit card as soon as I can? Love it, Drippy. Drippy, I'm going to shoot you a note. Drippy _ AE Dan. Drippy. So should you get a credit card as soon as you can? Yes. You can get a secured credit card. You can become an authorized user. You can go get a retail card, and if it's in your name, but you start your credit history. That is such a powerful tool as we look at credit scores. So yes, I want you to take the course because this is exactly the conversation that we are talking about. So yes, you should start your credit history as soon as, yes, get a card with no yearly fee. Love that, Jizzle. You need to build credit history, no doubt. The day you turn 18, you can get a secured credit card before 18. Should I get it in a savings account or a second checking account for more liquidity? So this is why we're talking. So as you asked, the differences in between a checking and a savings, again, I call them a checking, a today account, a savings, a tomorrow account. The accessibility. Now, this has changed a little bit through COVID, but traditionally the accessibility of a checking account has been free. It is completely liquid. A savings account does have some restrictions on how much you withdraw from it. So that is a big concern there. So not a big concern, but that is a restriction of a savings account. Why? Because savings account are meant to put money into, not take money out of. So as you look at it, let me stop talking all this points. Sorry. I love it. Solid content. I loved you as a fullback with my Saints. Who dat? Love it, Jay Duran. Dang, man, this is nice. How and what kind of card can I open right now at 14? Do me a favor, Drippy. Go to bankrate.com. Look up secured credit cards. There's your answer. So you look at the liquidity, checking account going to be more liquid, savings account going to have some restrictions on how many times you can pull money out. You look at fees. A checking account is going to charge you fees. Now, they are coming out with banks today that have fees or bankless or checking accounts without fees. That is the beauty of today. You look at something like Chime. Chime is trying to take fees out of the traditional banking. You can find a checking account with no fees. You might have to look online. What was your opinion on a 529 account? Adam, love 529 accounts. They are for when your parents open up an account for you to go to college. The earlier you get in them, the better, because you let that investment grow and you get the tax-free growth. So I'm a big fan of 529 accounts, but college is going to look different in 10 years, and it's definitely going to look different in 20. Should I have the money I save in a separate account? I usually just stay above $1,000. So yes, but it's smarter to have a separate account. Yes, it is. And this is why. Because you don't want to look at your checking account and see the monies you have for other things. I don't want to have to, maybe I'm making a side hustle and I'm getting paid, and in my checking account, all my money's sitting there, but I got a tax due here in a couple months. That shouldn't be in there. Maybe I got to pay off my credit card. That money shouldn't be in my checking account. Maybe I, want to give some money to a charity or buy a friend's gift. That money shouldn't be in my checking account. So all of these items, this is the power. And people say, oh, checking, savings, blah, blah, blah. This is the beginning of your journey. This is the beginning of your plan. The beginning. It's not the end, but this is where you have to start. So if you can open those two accounts, begin to automate a lot of the payments, a lot of the processes, that is how you control yourself. How do you set up your money buckets? You open those two accounts. We're going to open a third here. Don't worry, that's coming. But that is what we want to begin with. On that, Jay Duran is for Jed. No way. Your name's Jed? Jay Duran? I don't believe that. What is that? Giants Nation? Yes, I do have a job. I own my own business. Appreciate you. So say I open a savings account and I want to withdraw X amount of money in 10 years. I give every dime I make to my stockbroker because I live with my parents. So Chris Caswell, if you open a savings account, you want to withdraw X amount of money in 10 years, it is your money, 100% your money. You're able to withdraw that. They are just going to restrict, can you withdraw $100 a day for the next 20 days? No. Savings accounts say you get 4 or 5 times you can withdraw a month. So what I do is I use those strategically. If I get 5 withdrawals from a savings account, boom, my mortgage automated out of my savings account. Boom, my credit card automated out of my savings account. So that is why I strategically begin to use those. If you have automated payments, money bucket system, we talked about those past choices. If you are using that methodology, that is why you have these 2 accounts. My today account, my checking account, should only be money I'm comfortable going and spending at dinner. That's what's in there. That's why I don't want to see $1,000 sitting in there if 400 of it is supposed to be spent using it for other things. So that is a major advantage of why you should have 2 accounts. I give every dime to my stockbroker. See, I don't Jizzle, I love that thought, but I don't support that. Why? Because I got to do other stuff with money. And I like that you're investing in your future. Keep doing that. But the money bucket system says, I got to be able to use it. Maybe some of that goes into the compassion. Maybe some of that goes into my debts, or maybe some of it goes into other events. Do you pay taxes on it then, or just bank fees? Because the money going in is already taxed, right? Yes, these are after-tax dollars going into your bank account. One of the big differences between a checking and a savings account, checking account's going to charge you fees and going to pay you pretty much 0% interest. A savings account, not going to charge you fees and will actually pay you about maybe 2% interest right now. It's very low because of everything going on. 1, 2, 3% online, bankrate.com. You can find some online resources to get 3%. There's some high yield savings account that you can get higher percentages. But anybody who was here yesterday, answer the question for a quick tip. Why would a bank not charge me fees in a savings account? If I put $1,000 in my savings account, why would they not charge me fees on that? Jay Duran, yep, your name's Jed. Is it Jedediah or just Jed? Either way, you're my new best friend. I'm definitely going to follow you. Respect. I've never met another Jedediah in my life. Best advice to make it to the NFL. Go ball out at college and stay out of trouble. I'll tell you what, the best talent I ever came across never made it to the league. I have around 3K, but I want it to grow, but I don't know how. Please help. Sneaker Head J. So here's what you're going to do, Sneaker. If that $3,000 is truly for investment purposes, I'm saying you don't want to touch that for the next 5+ years. Truly only for investments. So I would actually not even put the full 3,000, but I would take 2,000 of that and I would go find a custodian. So you got to have a platform, whether that's a new app, Betterment, Wealthfront, Acorns, Robinhood, or traditional TDA, TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, Fidelity, Vanguard. Go buy a global index or the S&P 500, but go buy an index. VT is a global index, owns thousands of companies. S&P 500 is the 500 largest companies here in America. If you're like, well, I want to buy Tesla, it's in there now. I want to buy Apple, it's in there. You will become a part owner of all those. I would take 2,000 of that and buy maybe 1,000 in a global index, 1,000 in the S&P 500. And then with that other 1,000, if you truly are investing it all, that 1,000 you can play with. That 1,000 is gambling, but you can start to go on hunches. But diversify, secure, and bet big. Go on those index funds. Stay tuned. In a couple days, we're going to talk about how to go buying those, where to go buy those. How many years were you in the league? I was in the National Football League for 7 seasons. Giants Nation. Let's go. Look at Richards. Richards Deeds. What can you tell? Let's go back. Man, you guys got some great questions today. What can you tell us about SPACs? They're getting a lot of press coverage lately. So SPACs are companies, and I talked about this yesterday, companies that are going public without a company, going public with the intention of buying other companies. So instead of Apple, which was founded as a technology company and buying 800 other companies as they just get bigger and bigger and bigger, they're just saying, forget the original company. Let's just go acquire more and more companies. So it is the ability to go public without going the traditional IPO route. I like them. I think they're here to stay. I think it is a way around IPOs. And I think it is just, some smart people figuring out how to avoid the traditional ways. Same Jay, I just got left my job due to COVID, so I want to make the money I have grow. We all want to make the money we have grow, but you do not need that money to grow overnight. This is a long-term game. If you truly want to be an investor, look at the market over the next 10 years, not the next 10 days. Again, in March, people ran from the market and they lost a lot of money. I feel like it's starting to all come together now. Mike 32. Hopefully you're jumping in that course too, bro, because this is what we're doing. We're teaching, empowering, use money, understand, strategize, efficient. That is the vision here. That is our mission. Here's the thing. I'm so good at picking stocks that I know that every money I put in is going to be worth more when I take it out. So whenever I need money, I take it out. Jizzle. check yourself. Just check yourself, all right? I like you. I like the swag. But if you were good, I would have read about you because they know you're investing in them. Earning interest. Yes. All right. So here we got the answers to why a savings account is not charging you fees is because they use it to reinvest. Bam. JJ1515. Respect. Appreciate you showing up again. Thank you. But that's the reality here. Checking account is a liability for the bank. I can't make money on your checking account because I'm letting you come in and come out. Why I put restrictions on the savings account is because you put $1,000 in there. I want to take 900 of it and go give it to JJ15. That's how I turn it into my asset. That's why I don't charge you for a savings account. You got to understand how a bank works, how interest works. A couple of days ago, maybe a week ago now, this is all starting to build, So now that you know how banks make interest, how they create money, next chapter, we're going to go into credit cards, dive into what those are all about. Jay Duran, just Jed, that's just fine. I like it. Jizzle is secretly a millionaire. He's just here cooling with us. That's respect. I like that. What stocks should I invest in, and how and where do I invest them? Drippy, we just went through that. Go get those global indexes, go get the S&P 500, and then go play. And then go find a company you believe in, you trust, you as a young investor see the future of, and you can gamble a little with it. You under 18, you got to open a custodial account. I'm getting a job this summer, and I can't wait to start saving and controlling my money future. Mike 3232, go get that certification from the Money Vehicle course, bro. Once you get those paychecks, you'll know exactly what to do with them. I want to get a credit card and open savings account. Any recommendations on which one to get first? So I would probably get a checking and a savings account first, and then a credit card. Why? Because you got to be able to pay the credit card off, and you're going to need a bank account to do that. Look at that. Jay Duran sharing the live show. Respect, bro. Like it. Did you watch the Sean Fazendo on Fox 8 in New Orleans? Yeah. I like Sean. I actually got to meet him a couple times. How often do you do lives like this? I want to get at least a few weeks of these classes down before. Man, who's that? Sad Browns fan. Well, December dollars, we're about to give some money away. Snaps, 437. December dollars, we're live every day. Tomorrow is at 2 Eastern. Then we get back to 7 Eastern going forward. And, coming in January and going forward, we're going to do more and more lives. Why? Because I like you guys. This is cool. I like the questions. Keep them coming. You will see my name, Jed. Maybe not now, but in a few years. Keep an eye out. Jizzle, if you don't believe that, nobody will. You wrote it down. That's a lesson from the other day. Write down your goals. I got no doubts I'm going to see your name. I just hope it isn't Jizzle on my Tizzle. I hope it's your real name. But if you stick with Jizzle on my Tizzle, respect. Should I focus on football in school and getting into a good college? 100%, Drippy. Maybe not college. College ain't for everybody anymore. That's what we're accepting. Focus on football because football teaches you discipline. School is going to teach you a skill. But looking at life, look at this new world. What skill is going to help you in that new world? I open a custodial and do any investments. Yes, once your money goes into that custodial investment account, you then have to go and invest it. So just parking it in there is not the game. You got to employ it and make it go to work. Should I get a job young to make money? So this is why college is not for everybody. There are a lot of good paying jobs out there that you don't need to go to college for. That's the truth. And the opportunity cost, man, a lot of these topics keep coming back. The opportunity cost is you got to go into debt to go to college these days. So is that worth whatever career you want to go get? I don't know. But there are a lot of people who are learning to code, learning to do social media, learning to market, learning to do all kinds of things that people like me pay you to do, and you didn't need to go to college for it. Browns fan, you can do both, the live and the course. I am. JJ15, well, thank you. Respect. Yes, Browns fan, if you want to get on that course, you let me know. My name is JT Zimmerman, by the way. Jizzle, JT Zimmerman. Nice to meet you. I'm on the lookout for you, bro. I don't know what your investment strategy is, but I like that you have confidence in it. He has a course. How do I get into that? Check out the profile. It's yourmoneyvehicle.com. But sad Browns fan, if you want it, man, appreciate you showing up. I'll give you free access to the course. I don't make money selling you guys the course. I make money selling it to high schools and colleges. That's where we're going. I actually just had somebody today say they were going to buy 100 of my courses to give to high schools. So that's how I like. This is the community I want to build. What are your views on the 2 new IPOs that happened this week? You'd have to be more specific. I didn't even see which one's IPO'd this week. I don't watch the market like that. Why? Because I look at it decade to decade. I do keep up on it. I just didn't see it this week. The holidays, I get busy. Would be such a cool brand though if I kept that. You will definitely come back to that. Personal brands are huge. Hey, best finance account out there. Go Saints. Who dat? Thank you, Nicholas. Love it. Respect meter 63. Adam. What got you into the finance space? Fear got me into this finance space. The NFL, I knew it was going to be painful, but I didn't want to be broke along with it. So I went and educated myself. Air Force retirement, VA disability for the rest of my life, 55K. What should I do? Figure out what made you get into the Air Force. What were those skills? What were those disciplines? Write them down. Help people with those. I think military people have their weight in gold waiting for them when they're able to translate how the heck you got in the Air Force and what made you good. And hey, disability, respect your service. So what should you do now? I think is what you're asking. I would help people. Everybody on here needs that discipline. I know it isn't really a man's job, but I'm going into nursing school in a full ride, so I'm hoping. Hey, Sad Brown, forget that man-women thing, man. 1, women are tougher as all sin these days. 2, as my girl JJ15. But 2, nurses are the salt of the earth. That's a job for people with hearts. Love what you're doing. Go Cougs. Mr. Coach. Go Cougs. When were you there? Love it. Yes, Dash maybe. Sabin Dash. Can you invest the money I've saved? Yes, you can invest the money you've saved. What is the toughest coverage defense? Cover 3 cloud? I don't know. What do we think of Disney taking off? Disney's going to be here. Let's not kid ourselves. There are people who are just absolutely obsessed with Disney. So Disney will be around. They're going to go up and down. Relies on speculative research. I just kind of figured it out. This is what it is. This is what I do now. I like it, JT. It's legit money. Sad Browns fan. Nursing isn't male or female profession. 100% agrees. Nurses make coin. Nurses do make some coin. Nursing isn't an easy job. Man or woman, an easy job. Okay, let's wrap up because I want to get a winner and then we can get back to the questions. For a young adult, what would you advise? Roth IRA or 401k? Josh Brasher. Love the question. 100% a Roth. The money vehicle course, we build. Chapter 10's around that question right there. Welcome you to take the course if you'd like. Likely stay informed with your advice. Class of 2019, Minshew Mania. That was a good year. I know it's not a man or woman that I'm saying how it looks by the mainstream. You're probably right for the pass. I was not on the Saints Super Bowl. I got there the year after, but I got to see a lot of the rings, a lot of the stories. So what I wanted you to take away today, the first 2 accounts, not because they're great accounts, but because they build your plan. They are the foundation of your plan, and you start to automate. That credit card you're going to go get, that Roth account you're going to go get, that insurance you're going to pay for, taxes, all of that spreads out of your checking, your today account, and your savings, your tomorrow account. You will pay fees in a checking account. Can you find one without fees? Yes. You will not pay fees in a savings account because a bank is going to make money using your money. So looking at that, understanding I can go get a little bit of interest in a savings account, in a tomorrow account. I also want you to know where fees start to pop up. You getting paper documents, which probably none of you will. Overdraft, Billions, I'll repeat that, billions of dollars are spent each and every year in overdraft fees. We'll talk about rules of bank accounts tomorrow, how to use them strategically. Withdrawing too much, going under your required minimum. What is a required minimum? We'll talk about tomorrow. And then using things out of the network. A money market account is a hybrid between a checking and a savings account. They're also interesting, but if it was me, money market's not going to give you as a return as it was in the past. I would stick with those two, and then I would start to build my third as my investment account, beginning with that Roth. So let's go with question of the day. Who's going to win some money? I like it. We already got, were you on the Browns 08 squad? Yes, I was, Sad Browns. And I was actually there in 09. Checking in savings today and tomorrow. I like it, Ursher. I'm pretty sure I have your autograph on a football. Love it. Where can I buy your thing? Checking my profile. It's at yourmoneyvehicle.com. Yourmoneyvehicle.com. If you guys want 50% off, type in Cyber Monday. You want a free course, keep coming back. We've been giving them out. So let's go, Ursher. Ursher got the Ursher. All right. Last question of the day. We're going to get the last winner. Is which account does not charge you fees and why? You got to give me a quick little blurb on why. Do you have a personal ethical requirement to invest, or are you basing only on business potential? Do you have a personal ethical requirement to invest, or are you basing only on business potential? Because banks, Daniel Gonzalez, savings because banks invest it. Love it. Mike 3232, savings because for the future. Bam. John Kim, today and tomorrow because bank makes money on your savings. Love it. These are excellent answers. Savings because banks invest your money. Jeremiah Webert. I want you guys to, Jeremiah Weber. So quickly go over the Trinity theory. This changed my life. JT, man, I don't know what the Trinity theory is. I think people could get some value out of that. I'll look into that, but brother, you're speaking. Again, I am not a day trader. That is not where I think wealth is going to be created for me. So we got our winners today. MVD Shrick, savings account because they invest. Yeah, man. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. Anyone hear about Brett Favre? Adam, get out of here. Definitely. All right. Tomorrow we're going at 2:00 Eastern. What about 5? Don't, Sad Browns, don't even pay attention to that. That's it's long-term investment terminology. You probably heard of it, but by different terms. I'll look at it. Trinity theory. I like the jacket. Alex, appreciate you. Y'all enjoy the day. Use money, understand, strategize, and efficient. This is a growing community, a growing movement. Our goal is to empower you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day. See y'all tomorrow, 2:00 Eastern time. Ooh, what brand is it? I don't know what the brand. Volcom. Volcom is the winner. Volcom jacket. Appreciate the question. Thank you for your time, fellas and ladies.